Yeah, YouTube started. Yeah, YouTube started me early. So, not much I can do about it other than to start live. Oh, okay, cool. I liked the Book of Boba Fett. Myself, I don't know. Hopefully you enjoy it. I did not see season 2 of The Mandalorian, but I've seen one. Hi, everybody. Gonna give people a few minutes to get in, and then we'll get started. Um, are you talking the last episode of The Mandalorian or Boba Fett? Yeah, I saw the last one. Hey, Captain ET. We will get started here in just a second. I don't know if Carol will be here or not. This is a topic I like to do each spring. Um, just because we need that reminder. So, um, that is something we will be doing. Okie dokie. Oh, nuts. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I had 24 viewers. That is amazing. For those of you watching, we're gonna go ahead and get started here in just a second. I forgot to make a change. Oh, come on. Okay. Where am I? Let's, as soon as I make this, we can... Why is it not... Oh, no! Not again. Hold on, guys. You think by now I would check, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. Now that I have that done, I can officially start. Maybe. If Butterfingers me can stop hidden stuff. So, wildlife rehabbing. When to help and when not to help. Ever seen a baby animal or a wild animal and wonder if you should step in and help? Seen a hurt animal and wondered maybe the same thing, or found a baby bird and didn't know what to do? We're going to talk about it today. much of this will apply. Hi, Jack. Much of this will apply to people that live in the United States, but a lot of it you can apply to wherever you live. Most states in the United States will have a Fish and Wildlife Division. Many of them may call it something different. Even other countries probably have something like this. We are going to talk about it today, though. So, first off, let's talk baby animals. Rabbits, deer are famous for leaving their babies and walking away. Rabbits, possibly hares, will leave during the day and come back at night. So if you do find baby rabbits hiding out in your yard, leave them be until nightfall. If you have animals, mainly dogs or cats, and you're worried about them getting to them, fix it so that your animals cannot get to them. Oftentimes, in the case of a deer, mom is close by, so don't feel like you have to be there. There are things that you need to know before you decide to take action. If you do find a deer or you do find baby rabbits, keep an eye on them. Don't just assume that mom is dead. Because she might just be off. Hi, Marie. It's okay. Oh, I do have a real quick announcement. Predecessor contacted me today. She told me she wanted me to say hi to everybody. So I am doing that. And she said she might be returning soon. So maybe. If you find baby birds or baby rabbits, don't remove them from the nest. Leave them there. Predecessor is one of my OG subscribers. She goes way back. She was one of those people that was in every single live, no matter what time. No, that was Abby or Abigail. For baby birds, let's talk about this real quick, and we'll come back to that later, but let's talk about it really quick. Birds cannot smell you. So if a mother bird drops her baby, or if the baby drops from the nest, you can pick it up and you can put it back inside the nest. Mom and dad will not be able to smell you on it. Baby mammals, it is different. If you touch a baby mammal, your smell may be on that baby animal, and mom might react badly to that smell. So do not remove a baby animal from a nest unless you know that mother is dead. So don't move any animal, a baby fawn, or why am I saying baby fawn? A baby deer, rabbit, or hares, anything, unless you know that mom is unalived. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be petting baby lion cubs. Also, keep in mind that if you come in contact with an animal, you have no idea, potentially, if that animal is sick or not. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if you are at a zoo, you probably should not be petting lions anyway. I mean, if that's something that the zoo is doing, who am I to say? I have to be careful because I am wearing a shirt that my school put out, and I don't want to advertise where I'm at. Remember, if you touch a baby animal, or any animal for that matter that is wild, you don't know if that animal has disease. You don't know if that animal is harboring parasites. Yeah. They do that sometimes. So you want to be careful touching wild animals. Second, if you do touch an animal or you're in the area, your scent could attract predators. If it's at a zoo, thank you, Sheldon S. Okay. Now, these are some questions that you should ask yourself before you step in and help an animal. And again, doesn't matter where you live, you can ask yourself these questions because it really doesn't matter, because they're important. Have you given mom enough time to return to her baby? Remember, deer oftentimes are off and about, and baby rabbits or baby hares, again, mom may not return till nightfall. So keep that in mind. Also, predator moms, that is bears and cougars and wolves, a lot of times they are very close by. So maybe not pick them up. Does the animal really need help? Many so-called abandoned animals are not really abandoned. Mom is just watching. Or mom might be nearby. Leave them alone. Did you see mom get unalived? Maybe you were driving down the road and mom runs out in front of you and it's obvious she's hurt. And so you rescue the fawn. That is different. Does the animal have disease? Does the animal have a disease or an injury that you can see? Again, if it does, great. Are you going to help the animal, or are you going to cause more injury to the animal? Those are things that you need to ask yourself before you do anything. Remember, the best place for any animal is with its parents. In many places, I'm getting to that, Sheldon-S. That's a very good point. Captain E.T., that's a hard one. In many places, it is against the law for you to take an animal, a wild animal, into your home to take care of it. Don't do it. It's illegal. If you do find an animal that does need help, obviously you should contact a wildlife rehabber. You may have to go online to get that number. Always a good number to have on your phone somewhere. All of our states in the United States will have a list of rehabbers. Keep in mind, not all rehabbers take in the same animals. So you may have to do a search to find those. Now, I want to talk about something important. Something you may not be aware of. If you live in the United States, we have a disease called chronic wasting disease. It is a very real thing. If an animal catches this, it is 100%, I believe, it's fatal. Hold on, I can only speak for my state. Yeah. So I don't have an actual like, they don't come out and say, but it is illegal. So, yeah, probably best not to do that. Yeah, probably both. Let's see what else. So, in my home state, this chronic wasting disease is in at least 4 counties. You are not allowed to take a fawn out of those 4 counties. So let's say you find the deer on the road in one of those 4 counties, but you live in a different county. You cannot take that deer out of that area, because if you have, I'm assuming yes, because technically it's an endangered animal, and endangered animals are protected. So, yes. Taking that fawn out of those 4 counties and moving it to your county because you're going to take care of it only spreads that disease. A fawn can spread the disease by direct contact with other deer. No, it did not exist. Being in an environment based on where there's been a sick animal, being exposed to bodily fluids. Only rehabbers within those 4 counties that I mentioned will take in a fawn. That is something else to keep in mind. I'm assuming if it's in Indiana that it's probably in Ohio as well. Oh, what is this? Phoenix, do not spam my channel. I'm going to hide your comments. Oh, okay. Mother deer, as I've already mentioned, will leave their fawn alone to go feed. Doesn't mean she's abandoned it. Doesn't mean mom is dead. Mom is just off feeding. Now, there are signs that you can look for to tell you if you need to step in. One, again, if you see mom and it's evident she's unalived. Like if you actually see it. Okay? If you find the deer, I'm not naming a car. If you name a deer and there's a large amount of flies around that deer or other insects, that is a sign that you need to maybe call a rehabber. Look for physical signs of injury or disease. And like Sheldon S. is saying, if the fawn is screaming, if it's calling for mom a lot, that could be another sign that you need to call for help. On the other hand, there's no sense in moving the fawn if nobody can take it. Sometimes wildlife rehabbers, Phoenix, I just said, that's not what my live is about today. There's no sense in moving that fawn if nobody can take it in. Sometimes there just isn't room. As sad as it is, sometimes nature has to run its course. Sometimes. With that in mind, let's talk about what to do if you find a dead animal. Again, these instructions may only apply to the United States. I don't know how Europe is set up. Probably the same way, but let's talk about it. If you find a dead animal on your street, in your neighborhood, it is up to you to call Public Works or the sanitation department to remove it. Do not call your Fish and Wildlife. They're going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you. 2, if it's in your yard, the city is not going to take it. The DNR is not going to come out and claim it. Okay? You have to do it. Their recommendations are to put on gloves, latex gloves or non-latex gloves, plastic gloves. Get the animal inside a bag, put that bag inside of another bag and throw it away. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can, of course, bury it. Yes, that is true too. You can bury the animal too. We had that last year or the year before. It might have been 2 years ago. We had a woodchuck end up dead, and we had turkey vultures coming in and cleaning it up. That's awesome. I enjoyed seeing the turkey vultures. Okay, I am going to post this. This is from my home state of Indiana. That is for Indiana only. This is Ohio. Phoenix. I'm not going there, dude. If you want your state's information, give your state and I will post that website. Really important. Again, not every rehabber works with the same animals. Springtime is especially busy. So keep that in mind. Later in the year, you're going to come across baby birds, especially after storms. You might see baby squirrels. Remember, baby birds, moms cannot smell you. So if you do find a baby bird, if that baby bird has been, doesn't have feathers, look for the nest. If you can get it back inside the nest, great. If you can't, you probably need to contact a rehabber. Keep in mind, again, it is illegal for you to house that bird. Baby birds can be protected by the Migratory Bird Act here in the United States. So leave them alone. If that bird has feathers, if that chick has feathers, it's okay. It's fine. They're learning how to fly. Mom and dad will take care of it. So you can leave them alone. Also, guys, don't feed wildlife. It's okay to feed the birds. It's okay to put corn out for the squirrels. But feeding raccoons, feeding skunks, feeding alligators, probably you shouldn't do that. Yes, Exactly. So leave them alone. If you do happen to come across in your yard a raptor that has been injured, ask how to handle them because they have really sharp talons and a sharp beak. I'm not going to get into how to do that because that's not my thing. But that can be problematic. Feeding animals can be highly problematic. Don't do it. On the other hand, if you live in a state that has ocean along its borders, if you go to the beach and you see a stranded whale, a stranded dolphin, a stranded porpoise, a stranded seal, a manatee that, I don't know, maybe isn't where it should be, you have to stay so far away from them. Immediately call for help. Also, take a picture of the animal. If it is injured, entangled, dead, they want to know about it. And it's important for your safety and the safety of the animal for you not to get close. Here is a phone number. I am going to post it. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for doing this. Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to post the phone number in my live. I will put it on my channel. But it is for the NOAA, stranded marine mammal reptile hotline. Yes, that is very, very important. Because if your pets were to get in there, they could hurt the animal or they could get hurt themselves. They could even get sick. Different areas of the country do have different phone numbers, different agencies that handle strandings. You can check those out on the NOAA website. That is, and this is only for the United States. Make sure I spelled that right, guys. Nope, I did not. See, I knew I would. Okay. So if you do live in other areas, make sure you have the right number to report those. Tonight's live is going to be associated with this topic. We are going to be talking about bird flu. We're going to be looking at it from the angle of wildlife, your pets, and what you need to know about it as far as wildlife goes. Only because there's a chance that if your dog, maybe your cat, comes into contact with a bird that has this disease, the dog can catch it. And then you can catch it as well. So knowing about it can't hurt you. Can't it, it's important to know. If I did not post your state's fish and wildlife thing for orphaned or sick animals, put your state into the chat and I will look that up for you. I don't know what to say for those of you who live outside of the United States. This is a topic that I get a lot this time of year into later in the year. People asking, what do I do about this? So this is a good idea to have these numbers handy. It doesn't hurt to have different rehabber numbers. Also, in my home state, again, like I mentioned, different counties I can tell you right now, in my home state, we have 0 rehabbers in my area. There are none in my can any animals exercise? I don't know what you're asking exactly. A lot of the animals, it is up to. I agree, Sheldon S. I completely agree. I mention that quite a bit on this channel. So, in the county to the east of us, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 different possibly we'll talk about that here in a little bit. We'll talk about that in a little bit. In Porter, or in the county to the east of us, one of them will take in birds, reptiles, amphibians, and mammals, but she will not, this particular rehabber will not take in raccoons, deer, skunks, or bats. So that's important to know. Another one will take in mammals, no raccoons or deer, birds, including raptors, songbirds, shorebirds, no geese. Reptiles and amphibians are okay. Another one in that county, mammals, but no raccoons. Reptiles, amphibians, and birds are fine. Also fine with another rehabber are mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and birds, but no raccoons. So you definitely need to check your list. Also important to note, a lot of these places, some of them even have PDFs that you can download to your phone. That's a good idea. You may have to drive a ways to get to some of these places. Like I said, in my home county, we don't have any wildlife rehabbers. So, knowing wildlife, knowing your rehabbers are all really, really good options. Some rehabbers will pick up animals. On my state's list, they tell you which ones will pick up animals. Others will not. None of the ones in the county to the east of us will pick up. So that's also important. And I really can't stress this enough. Some animals, let me stress, really important. If you see an animal and it is foaming at the mouth, guys, seriously, don't approach it. Immediately call animal control to deal with it. If you can't get hold of them, try again. Sometimes it can be frustrating, I know, but it's a public safety hazard at that point. Jay. No. That is true, but do not call 911 if it's not an emergency. Don't approach animals that are foaming at the mouth. Hello. That is super important. You don't want to get sick. Rabies, like Marie said, is no joke. If you get a bat in your house, open up a window so it can get out. Usually not going to happen. Animals can get into your home. Another thing I want to mention, if you do get a bird or a bat in your house, open the windows, open the screen. They usually will find their way out. If you find a bat on the ground, do not pick it up. Bats can carry rabies. If you do get bit, try to get the animal that bit you and go to the doctor. They can give you treatment. It's a really good idea. Animals can find their way in. We've had a gray squirrel, we've had birds. If you do get bats, call an animal control place, contact the DNR, you can get help. But bats you don't want to mess with. By the time an animal is foaming at the mouth, it's too late. I like them too as pets. Keep in mind also that if you do bring a wild animal into your home, there are diseases that they can spread to your pets. Or possibly to you. So leave them outside. Parrots, domestic birds can get bird flu. Very, very dangerous because birds do not show illness usually until it's too late. Then you have a problem. Because diseases in the farm can run rampant. Yes. No, crops can get illnesses, but the bigger problem is sometimes the saliva or the stools, the feces can carry that disease, and that can be in the environment for a very long time, some of them. For instance, something like distemper is not stable outside of the body, but it can remain for a few hours at room temperature. So if you bring in a raccoon that has distemper, that's an issue. Agreed. And we are now in my area, it's going to be 75 degrees today. Ticks are out and about. Not only that, guys, but if you live in the United States or other areas, the Lone Star tick is expanding its range, and they carry the it's not a virus. They carry the protein that causes red meat allergies in humans if they bite you. It's pretty scary. feline feline leukemia, just a few hours outside of the body. Cook, guys, we're not going there. The important thing is that ticks are something you need to be careful with, and leave it at that. Do not spread information that you can't 100% prove. So there are diseases that can stay in the environment. Oh, yeah. So just something to keep in mind. There are things you can do if you want to protect yourselves from ticks. No. The ticks are not made in a lab. It's the diseases that are made in the lab. Perhaps. I shouldn't even say that because, yeah, I don't want to get in trouble for false information. Medical disinformation is a no-no on YouTube. It can cause you to be reported. So, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you want to be very careful with the information that you're putting out on YouTube. I'm not denying anything, Cook. I'm saying you want to be very careful with the information that you're putting out on YouTube, because it can get you reported. What I'm saying is ticks carry diseases. I am not denying that ticks carry diseases. Medical disinformation is a serious thing on YouTube, and I don't want a part of it. I can't prove or disprove that the information is not out there. I care because it's my channel. At this point, it's a conspiracy theory, which means that they haven't proven it one way or another. So please drop the discussion. The main point is that mosquitoes, ticks, they spread disease. It's a known fact. Cook, we are not discussing it. Cook, no, it has nothing to do with your race or the color of your skin. It's the topic that you're discussing and the fact that there is no proof that what you're discussing is true. Which means that it's medical disinformation. So no, it is not anything to do with the color of your skin. And that is sad. Um, 7 p.m. Um, oops. Hi, Molly VH. Tonight's live, as I mentioned before, is going to be on the Cook. It is not racially motivated. There's nothing racially motivated about you mentioning conspiracy theories that may or may not be true. Nobody's attacking you for just being in here. If that were the case, you would be hidden from the channel. And you're not. There's no political views in my channel. And we're not getting I Swallow, say that a little bit differently, please. And the other times that you have been removed from live, it's because your comments have not been the nicest to other people. You're okay. I didn't tell you to stop. Sorry, guys. I am messaging my moderator real quick. Hey, 7-inch. Hey, 7-inch. I heard from predecessor today. She said to say hello. And she might be back soon. Yes. So I thought that was really cool. She didn't say, unfortunately, but whatever it is must be big. Azuka, see the pinned comment, please. Oops, sorry, Marie. Carol had a meeting. Oh, no problem, yeah, no problem, 7-inch destroyer. No, why? 7-inch, are you still here? Ooh, I like that idea. That would be so amazing if the stuff that I typed up became true. Wow. This world would get really crazy really fast. Vampires, werewolves, Bigfoot. Ow, ow, ow! Ow! Oh, sorry. Sorry for screaming at you. Maybe? Have a good night. I had a buzzing in my ear. I get that every once in a while. Huh. I get a buzzing in my ear, and it's sometimes worse than others. Sometimes it's just annoying. And that was loud and annoying. Sheldon S. That's what we do on this channel. Sometimes it's animals, sometimes it's plants, sometimes it's zoos. And while I'm talking about that, let's do the next lives. Shall we? Because that's what you guys want to know, right? Is what kooky things I'm talking about next. I need to post lives or a schedule on the YouTube channel. So tonight we are not doing wildlife rehabbing. We are doing bird flu by ice. March 29th is owls. We are doing boreal owl at 1 o'clock and snowy owl at 6 o'clock. April 1st, we are doing chimney smokers at 1 p.m. I don't know if we're going to be doing, I have it scheduled to do chimney smokers again at 7 p.m. I don't think that's going to happen. So that's Tuesday. Friday is going to be African manatee at 1 p.m. and dugongs at 7 p.m. Saturday is going to be Chester Zoo to do, and Henry Villas Zoo to do at 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. Sorry. So that's what's coming up. I will post that onto the channel. Hold on. I will answer your question, E.T. Do you want my watch hours or my public watch hours? So as of right now, we have 1,271 subscribers. That is 209 in the last 28 days. And right now, we are sitting at 2,265 public watch hours. So those are the hours that are counting towards our 3,000. But then, yeah, there's two different watch hours. Watch hours for this 28 days is 328. So we need to reach that 3,000 mark. So that's why it used to be that I would do an hour and that would be it. And so now what I do is, as long as you guys are chatting, I will stay online if I can. Not always going to be able to do that. So public watch hours are only the hours or the time that you spend watching lives or videos. Shorts do not count. It's up. It is posted, or should be up and posted. Hold on, I don't want to speak. Okay. Yeah, it's a brief History of circus animals. It has been, the script has been altered, as well as the music has been changed, quieted down. I don't remember. I don't remember Captain E.T. But I believe you contacted me about it being too loud in one part, so I made sure that didn't happen again. Yeah, I try to keep it I try to keep my volume at like -24 across all of the music that I use. Yeah, it was bad. And I missed it. So basically, the way the watch hours work, you have to watch 30 seconds of a video for it to count as a watch. And I don't know if it does it every 30 seconds after that or how they do it, but yeah. The best volume is one that allows you to hear me, but still be able to hear the music. But I definitely have to go back and why would you never be able to play Spider-Man? Oh, I got it. Um, yeah, I try to be careful of that because ears are important. There are some Spider-Man games that I think are. Any other questions on the topics that we've covered today? The virus, there's two. We talked about a little bit about distemper. Oh, we talked about ticks and a protein that they can inject into you. I don't think the tick thing is a virus. I think it's a protein that they inject into you. Carol, I need to call you after live. Don't let me forget. But if you guys have ideas for I need to know, for those of you that were here for the guest that we had on the channel this week, how do people deject stuff? Not sure what you mean. I don't know. I don't know. Some things, let me see. There is no cure for AGS. It's called alpha gal syndrome. It is a allergy to a sugar molecule which is found in red meat and other mammalian products. Yep. Sheldon, are you a naturalist where you actually work with animals, or are you an amateur naturalist? So, if you want to read more about it, you can look up, yep, it is called No. It is called alpha gal. I think it's hyphenated. And you basically you have to wait it out. I don't know how long of a period goes by before you can start eating meat again. And it's not all meat, it seems to be red meat. I don't know what other products are affected by it. So I did look up a little bit about it. Medicines. These are things that you need to be aware of if you do get this. Heparin, which is a blood thinner. Pancreatic enzymes from pigs, gel capsules, vaccines that contain gelatin, such as measles, mumps, rubella, yellow fever vaccines, prosthetic heart valves. And guys, I am not a doctor. First and foremost, I am not a doctor. So the information that I'm reading from is from Yale Medicine. Foods that contain gelatin, such as marshmallows, jelly beans, jello, or other gelatin desserts. Also, unfortunately, avoid dairy. There is some meats that you should avoid: beef, pork, lamb, venison, goat, and rabbit. I would suggest that you they recommend once you do get bit, if you do get bit, do not take any more bites, as that would increase the antibodies that cause. Rice is a grain. If you don't get bit over and over again, eventually those antibodies fade and you're good over time. But no, not fish. Yeah, you can eat fish and chicken. And even though they say that pork isn't necessarily a red meat, it's a mammalian product, so avoid that. Rice is a plant grain, so it's the seed of the rice plant. So to answer your question, um, Marie, you're going to experience usually symptoms within 3 to 6 hours after having meat, dairy, or other products from said mammals. Hives, itchy rash, nausea, vomiting, heartburn or indigestion, constipation, diarrhea, cough, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, drop in blood pressure, swelling of the lips, tongues, or eyelids, dizziness or fainting, severe stomach pain. So it's basically an allergy. The first time I heard about this was from people in Australia. Ross Lynch, actor fan. I know nothing about that. You get it from the Lone Star Tick. Carol, you get it from the tick itself. And only from the Lone Star Tick. Is my understanding. I will research that out and maybe do another thing on that some other time. No, it is not. That is what the tick looks like. It's that little bitty thing. She has a white dot on her back. Um, it has they are updating the map. So unfortunately, I'm trying to think. So at this point, that yellow, if you live in that yellow, that is the range of the Lone Star tick. So Indiana, Illinois, right up into the if you live anywhere in Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee. Yeah. Right up into sections of New York, Vermont. Wait, New Hampshire, Vermont? No. No. So it flip-flops it. But that's the range. Parts of Texas, the entire Southeast, the Midwest, most of New England. Unfortunately, just be aware when you're outside. Yeah. Because it flip-flops it. It's like looking in a mirror. It does it with everything I show you. So, down here is Florida. The New England states, the Southeast, the Midwest. So they are up here. Because I'm showing it to you through the phone. If you're outside, protect yourself. Wear a hat. Wear a hood. Put your pant legs into your socks. I know it looks dorky. Yeah. So that's how you protect yourself against them. You can also get spray, like insect spray. Yep. I actually got a tick. I don't know if you can see it. I don't even know if it still shows. Anyway, I got it on the back of my lower leg. And I didn't have my glasses on. I didn't have my glasses on. That is true. That is very true. Absolutely, absolutely, Sheldon. Um, Yes. Yes, there are ticks in the UK. Yes, he is. Sheldon S. I woke up one morning. We're going to try this, guys, because I think the scar is still there. Oh, look at that white leg. Oh, no, maybe you can't see it. But it was like on my leg, like right in here. It was really scary. I don't know where I got it from. To be honest. But I'll go outside and come back in. And about a few hours later, I'll feel something on the back of my neck. Pick them off of you and flush them down the toilet. Well, deer ticks are an issue. The one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to, in the process of removing a tick, you don't want to leave the mouth in you. You want to do it very carefully. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to go over that with you, but what is up, Jurassic Edit X? What's got you so happy? For those of you that know Predecessor, I just want to mention that, woohoo! Congrats, Edit X. Woo! You just want to be careful with them. And dogs can bring them in. Cats can bring them in. So if you're going to go fishing, you're going to go hiking, stay on the trail. That's going to help reduce your chances of getting a tick. But if you're outside in the wild, check yourself, because right now, you may not think about it, but ticks are waking up. So now is a good time to be thinking about, what am I going to do to protect myself? I have talked about ticks before on my channel. Uh-oh, what is going on? Oh, guys, I gotta go. I'm at like 15%. So I'm gonna go. I need to go. My phone is at 15%. Love you all. I will be back at 7 p.m. Be kind. Love your neighbors. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.